Hey loves, I'm going to do some clearings around feeling judged by yourself or others or your negative inner critic around selling, around the results that you're getting or not getting in your business right now, and especially focus in on some of the energies around perfectionism, how you look on camera, showing up, visibility, and also the results you're getting in terms of like who's showing up to your masterclasses, webinars, workshops, paying for your courses, your paid offers, stuff like that, because that's been coming up a lot in my field, and it also came up in our very first early bird hot seat call today. So if you want even more downloads, definitely recommend the call where we went like over the hour, because I always love expanding and over giving to my people to clear out the things. But it felt like really strong in the field to clear, release, and let go of some of the stuff, even if you're not in my private world yet. So we're just going to jump right into clearings. I'm going to use theta healing, and that's the main energy healing modality I love using because it just like clears out the unconscious beliefs super quick, to clear, release, and let go what doesn't serve you. So let's clear, release, and let go all the junk, negative energy, negative emotion, any and all trigger that came up for you, like as you were looking at the title and being like, yeah, like constriction, I don't love the results that I was getting here, or only this number of people came to my last offering, masterclass, free or paid, and I wanted this many people and I have disappointment. So let's just clear, release, and let go of all that junk, baggage, negative energy, disappointment, the like fears of it happening again, the constriction in your body around it. Let's just clear, release, and let go of all the old junk around it completely on all levels. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And let's clear, release, and let go of the identity of needing to be perfect. Perfect to show up online, perfect to serve your clients, perfect to fill in the blank thing, that you can release and let go of the illusion of perfection, because perfection isn't actually real. Like, no one is a perfect human being doing perfect things 24/7. It's literally not possible. It's not humanly possible, and we're all humans here. So do you want to clear, release, and let go of any and all old ties, energetics? Let's also cut the cords, contracts, vows, commitments, bonds, oaths, or obligations holding you to try to be perfect enough, to be good enough. You can clear, release, and let go of that, and clear, release, and let go of any and all excuses within yourself that are like, well, I'll wait until I'm like fresh out of the shower, super good, high energy, everything's perfect, I'm getting the best lighting, all the things. That you can like clear, release, and let go of any and all excuses in your brain that are holding you back from shining your light and being more visible now, because the situation, the environment, you, all the things aren't perfect enough. So let's just clear, release, and let go of all those illusions, those old stories, and limiting belief systems. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And take some deep breaths there. If it feels good to like tap on your chest as you're working with this perfectionism, you can totally do that as well. Just breathe as we release that old identity, the layers that are ready to be healed and let go of. Okay. So then let's move into not necessarily getting the result that you're wanting in your business. So if you're like, oh, I have a goal of having 10 people live on my masterclass or 100 people live on my masterclass or whatever it is, and then a number of people that are going to like join your live program or join your private or join whatever you're doing, and then you don't hit that, it can suck. Like, totally giving your human permission to like feel the sadness, the anger, whatever emotions are going on, the disappointment, anything that happens. First and foremost, giving yourself permission to like feel the emotions, let the emotions move through, because it does suck when you're like, oh, I like hoped for this, and I was saying it, and I was calling it in, and I was manifesting, and everything was going to be great, and this is how my life was going to be, and then I got this result, or I got this result. It can suck for your human. So just like first and foremost, giving yourself permission to feel the shitty fucking emotions so it can move through you. I know that you know this. Emotions are meant to move through you. This is just a gentle reminder to give yourself a little bit more grace and permission to let that move through. So let's clear, release, and let go of all the old times that you've had disappointment, anger, resentment, sorrow, grief, sadness, like especially like heavier emotions around your business not hitting the goal that you had expected it to or hoped it would be, or that you proclaimed to the universe and all the people on the internet about, that we can just clear, release, and let go of all that old junk, negative energy, negative emotion that's been holding you back from showing up, because you're scared it could happen again, because you're afraid that if you set that intention or you claim it or you say it to another person or you proclaim it on the internet for all the world to see, that it'll hurt more, that you can clear, release, and let go of the perceived fear that you're gonna, it's almost like this like self-fulfilling prophecy energy of like, oh, I'm terrified to put it out because I'm actually not confident really truly in my soul that I'm gonna hit it. And then there's just like all this like chaotic kind of like yucky energy kind of like stemming in from those. So let's clear all those roots out of those different limiting beliefs that are coming up around fear of not hitting your goals, or the negative experiences that you've had in the past or that you've seen other people go through where they were like hoping for this, expecting this, and they got something less than that. So let's just clear, release, and let go of all that old energy. We're kind of just going to umbrella it because there's lots of different energies coming through on this one. So you can just breathe as you release that. You're like extra feeling it on your body. You can like clear it off, shake it off. Take some deep breaths there. Okay, and you want to forgive yourself completely on all levels for any and all times that you had high hopes or high expectations and that you didn't actually meet them. That you can forgive yourself and also forgive anyone else who is playing simply their role as an actor on your stage trying to help you learn this lesson so that you can have a clean slate and moving forward. If you'd like that, you can say yes. And you also want to know what it looks like and feels like to allow yourself to have results that are even better than what you thought. That you can trust in yourself and in the universe, that you can meet and exceed your goals this time or in the next couple weeks, months, years, that you can build your capacity and your standards of your life for this or better, to expect this or better, and to allow yourself to receive this or better in your life. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. Okay, and then there's like a number of conscious things coming through for like all the downloads I've been doing. So one thing around perfectionism that I really love, I heard on Shark Tank, I believe Mark said it, that perfectionism is the enemy of profitability. Perfectionism is the enemy of growth. And I literally had to like input that into my mindset sometimes. And I'm like, okay, I'm being a little perfectionism because I totally have that part of me and I've done so many layers of healing and so many years of healing and I'm so much better than I used to be. But every once in a while, this little perfectionist part will be like, hey, do this thing. No, let's make it better and 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 better. And it will go off crazy and never publish the thing. So like done is better than perfect. And having that like, okay, billionaire guy be like, yeah, perfectionism is the enemy of profitability and like big business growth. I'm like, cool. Definitely gonna keep doing the work to like lessen that part's control over my life or voice in my head at all. So if you need to ground that piece in, done is better than perfect. And I wouldn't necessarily make it like an affirmation of like perfectionism is the enemy, because you don't really want to like keep imputing into your brain perfectionism or enemy over and over, but just like having that little mindset shift of like, oh yeah, that isn't really supportive. I don't want to keep listening to this perfectionist part. Okay. Then the piece that's coming through consciously around visibility is like, give yourself permission to just go live more. Give yourself permission to just like hit the post button more, like play with it. Use it all as like learning information instead of it being like huge success, huge failure, no one likes me, crickets, blah, blah, blah. Like lurkers by. Like literally someone who's in my course right now, the new one that's 6 weeks and so fucking amazing around like aligning and healing to pleasurable high ticket sales. She's literally like, yeah, I was a lurker. So lurkers, bye. Also ground that into you, that you just showing up, even when you don't get likes on a post, even when you don't get comments, when you're like, call to action, comment below, or call to action, do a thing. People are watching you, even if they're not engaging. So like grounding that conscious piece in, and also giving you permission, like this was coming up in the call today, the early bird bonus call, around like if you're at the space of like bridging the gap of going live more, you can totally preface it by being like, hey guys, I felt really called to come on here, even though I'm just recovering from a cold, so my energy isn't as amazing as I would like it to be, but I'm working on this perfectionist part. Like, you can totally preface it like that. Or you can be like, hey guys, like, I had sex in the middle of the afternoon and I'm not having a second shower today, so my hair is not as perfect as I would like to be when it's like all curled and all wonderful and all pretty, but I love that my lifestyle is that I get to have sex in the middle of the afternoon in between my client calls, and my life's pretty fucking epic. So you can like preface it and like let the audience know that, yeah, you understand that you're not super studio ready and super perfect and you haven't done all the things and haven't done all your makeup and haven't done all your hair. You can totally preface that and like be a way shower for them that like, hey, you don't have to be perfect and you can like show up and serve your people. Or you can just like show up and serve your people. Like, I didn't come online and be like, hey, I know that my hair isn't as perfect as it could be, but like I have a good reason for why my hair isn't as perfect as it could be. Like, you can do it or you can not do it, and you can do whatever like little baby steps feel right for you. So if you want to like have training wheels on your bicycle and be like, hey, this is the reason why I'm showing up, because I feel really called and I want to serve you, and normally I'd be in my office and it would be pretty lighting and all the things, you can totally do that, or you can just show up and serve your people. So that was a conscious thing that was feeling really good to like ground in here. And there also feels like there's some more clearings around that. So do you want to clear, release, and let go of any and all perfectionism that's also overlapping into your visibility? That you don't feel like your setup's perfect enough, that you don't have the right equipment, the right ring, the right lighting, the right makeup, the right hairstyle, the right la 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 la, fill in the blank, whatever you're waiting for, that you can clear, release, and let go of whatever story, limiting belief system, or block has been like keeping you from showing up because you don't have the thing yet. And you want to know what it looks like and feels like to allow yourself to release and let go of those old stories and excuses so that you can truly just show up and serve the person who needs your message that's coming through you, uniquely you today. If you'd like that, you can say yes. You can take some breaths there. Okay. And then the last thing that I wanted to like ground in consciously around not necessarily having the results that you want, especially if you're newer in your business, it's so important to show up anyway. So one of the things that came up on the early call was like, one person had only 2 people show up on a masterclass, and they were just like so excited to like get off the fucking masterclass because they're like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing that only 2 people showed up. So there's actually 2 things coming through consciously for this. So the first thing that I'll share is that you showing up over time will get more people. And the only way that you're going to keep getting more people in your room is by showing up. Like, I totally remember, and I had to like do work on my part and soothe my parts when I like first went out into the world and did an in-person workshop back in 2017, and like 2 people paid me to show up. And like, I think I ended up getting 3 people who paid me, but then one of them didn't show up. So like, I literally had 2 people in a room where there was like enough chairs for 15 people, like 15 or 20 people or something like that. And it was like embarrassing. And I like served those people like fucking crazy. And I got like awesome testimonials from it, and they fucking loved it. And they came back and did more programs. So allow yourself to be at the stage that you're at. And if you've shifted niches, if you're like, oh, now I'm serving these people and now I'm serving these people, like, allow yourself to build an audience in this space. And the only way you're going to get more people in the room is by showing up more and showing up more and showing up more. Hiding more is going to like not help you get more people in the room. That isn't how it magically happens. You showing up more, providing more value, giving high touch to the people who are showing up, that's how you can grow your business. Okay, and you want to clear, release, and let go of any and all fear of that happening, embarrassment around times that you've spoken to rooms that aren't quite as full as you want to, and any and all like constriction that happened in your body, imagining your version of that negative experience happening at the kind of level of business that you're playing at right now. So if you normally have like 100 people showing up to your masterclass, what if you all of a sudden had 20? Like, whatever that does to your body, let's just like clear, release, and let go of the junk, negative energy, negative emotion around that. And also definitely drink water. Drinking water is super important. Helps the energy move and flow and clear out more easily. Okay. So the other piece that was coming through on that is that it also makes sense from like a survival point of like your DNA that's still basically caveman era wants to fit in, wants to belong, because we used to be in communities of a couple hundred humans, so it was so important for us to have that belonging, for us to not get kicked out, because if we got banished or kicked out or we were too weird, it basically meant certain death. So like you can love your human part or parts that are like, oh my god, I don't belong here, people aren't showing up, they're not doing the thing, oh my god, because it's literally like just wanting to belong. So you can like give that belonging to yourself and soothe that part and breathe and use your tools so you can move through that. The other kind of like energy that was coming with that is it can sometimes be especially hard for people when they felt rejected or abandoned, or they didn't fit in, or they didn't quite belong when they were younger. And that is me on all counts. So I have done so many layers of healing on this, which is why I can like see it and heal it in my clients now, because it sucks. And it sucked when we were children and no one came to our birthday party. And it sucked when we were children when not the people that we wanted to come to our event came to our event. That we like really hoped that this guy that we thought that had a really like awesome face and we had a crush on him and he didn't actually come to like the party or our like group invite thing or whatever, like, or we all went bowling and like he didn't come. Like, there can be specific instances from your childhood where like you really wanted to go to the pool, but your parents didn't have time, or it wasn't a good day out and you couldn't go to the pool even though you had thought that you were going to go to the pool. Like, there can be all these different things. And for me, I had really intense bullying. So like there can be multiple things where it's like you want great people to come to your masterclasses. You want lots of amazing human souls and your ideal clients to invest in your programs, and you want the numbers to be there. And it can hurt especially when there's not as many, and it like triggers those like little girl, little boy, little human parts of you that are like, ugh, this is just like when no one came to my birthday party, or when my parents had to like talk to everyone's parents to make them come to my birthday party, or like, ugh, like the constriction around that of your like little part that's freaking out because it happened then. So if that resonates with you, do you want to clear, release, and let go of the residual charge within your parts, within your cells, within your system around times that no one came to your birthday? Not as many people came as you wanted to your birthday, to your event, to what you had offered. To just clear, release, and let go of all the junk, negative energy, negative emotion, and damage that happened throughout your childhood years, all up into this point. So let's just clear, release, and let go of that. And if you'd like to receive an instant healing from your higher power around this, especially at a cellular level, you can say yes and just breathe. And you want to forgive yourself and also forgive anyone else who is an actor on your stage around this as well, so you can have a clean slate in moving forward. And you want to know who you are and what your life looks like and feels like, showing up to serve one soul and allowing that energy to be amplified. You can show up to serve one soul on a live, that you can show up to serve one soul in a post, that you can show up to serve one soul in a masterclass, one soul in a program, one soul, and allow that energy to be amplified. Allow that energy to be expanded out, that you can show up to serve one and be so grateful and feel blessed for the other souls that also come in with that energy. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And then we can integrate all of those changes. And I can offer you a general healing for any and all other areas of your body, life, and business that are ready to be healed right now. Let's fill you up with unconditional love and compassion and bright white light energy in every cell of your being through your higher power. And if you'd like all of that, you can say yes. And take some really, really deep cleansing breaths. And I'd love to know how you're feeling in the comments below. You can check into your body, see how you're feeling now. If anything else came up and you want more healings, let me know. I've been loving getting like feedback from people from the masterclasses and all the different things and lives I've been doing to be like, hey, what else do you want support in? And like going live and clearing that out. It's making my heart really happy to serve and support you. And one more like conscious thing is coming through. So the energy of like serving one soul and letting more show up. I originally heard that, I believe, from Manifestation Babe, and that's supportive in the other side too. Like that's totally supported me when I'm like, don't know how many people are going to show up. I'm just here to show up and serve one person. It's also been really, really supportive when I've been in much bigger rooms with numbers that I have like felt really scared by, of like, oh wow, like this could go out to an email of like over 100,000 people or like, oh wow, there's like hundreds of people watching this right now. Like being in those energies, being like, I'm here to show up and serve one person. And if 20% of the room fucking hates me and 10% of the room thinks I'm insane, whatever, I'm here to like deliver that one message to that one soul. And I trust that that one soul is going to get it. And that energy is amplified. So it's not just one human, it's actually multiple humans who get great benefit from you showing up. So it can really be a really powerful perspective to have on both sides. If you're like, oh my gosh, not enough people are showing up, or like, oh my gosh, this is the biggest audience I've ever served before, it can be really supportive to just like really ground into like, I'm here to be of service. I'm here to serve one soul. It can like be easier for like the human body to process and your nervous system to like work with. Okay, cool. No other downloads feel good for that. That just feels like an extra little conscious piece. So if you love this live and you want more amazing healings and clearings, I definitely recommend joining my new 6-week program. It's technically going to be 8 weeks because we're doing 2 bonus intro calls. So this week we did a 1-hour call that went a little bit over about a lot of the stuff that I just did now, only like we went a lot deeper into it and we talked a lot more about things. Boundaries came up, family stuff came up, so many different things got cleared out. So we're going to do another early bird bonus call next week on the 29th for an hour, and then we get into our weekly 90-minute calls in a 6-week group. So we're going to do a ton of clearings of all the shit that's been holding you back from selling your higher ticket sales. Whether your higher ticket right now is selling your first 1K package, 5K package, 10K package, 15K, 20K package, if you're in that range, this program is literally for you. If you're above that and you're like, I'm selling above 20K, my edge is like 25 or 30K, let me know and we'll like talk privately around how I can serve you in other ways. But this group is super here to support people who are in the like 1 to 20K package range and or doing like groups in that way. So if you're like, oh, I'm selling my first 10K group program and like, can I get 10K from someone who's serving in a group, and you want stuff like that, we can also do clearings around that. So like those are kind of like the price ranges for this 6-week container that we're doing. We're also going to support you in getting your like optimized offer that has healthy boundaries in it, and that's a win-win for you and your client. I'm like tuning into the sales page. I'm like, what's the next thing on the list? We're also going to do all kinds of work within yourself on clearing out the old shit that's holding you back, because you're saying, okay, this happened in the past, or I saw this negative thing happen to someone else, so I'm projecting that into the future. Essentially like a negative self-fulfilling prophecy, like, oh, I didn't make a lot of money last January, so I'm not going to make a lot of money this January. Like thoughts like that, or like last launch there was this launch it'll probably be like that. Any like negative junk that you've had on launching, selling, putting out calls to action that it hasn't gotten you the right most ideal outcome that you want, more clearings and healings on that to support you in that. So there's going to be tons of theta healings. I'm also a Reiki master practitioner, so we're going to like clear out your body blocks for it as well, because I definitely feel so many body blocks with light workers who are like, I'm ready to serve more people, and then it's like wall, protection, barrier, constriction, and your human's actually not doing it. So even though you might know how to sell, you might know ABC marketing thing that someone told you how to do, or you're like, oh my god, I've done so many courses, I know how to market, I know how to sell, but it's like not working for me, or I'm not like actually doing the thing because I'm constricted or in fight, flight, freeze, saying that really fast, and it's like not working because I'm not doing the thing, and I'm like not working with myself. So we can clear out the shit that's been holding you back, have you serving from your overflow so you can sell your high ticket super in alignment with your heart and soul desires, having the time freedom that you want, having the financial freedom that you want. And we're also going to do harmonization with masculine and feminine energies. If you don't like masculine and feminine, you can like word it in the way that feels good for you, but it's like the go, do energy, and the like surrender, enjoy pleasure, have pleasure practices, enjoy your life, and like be the embodiment that people love, that they're like, oh my god, you're my practitioner, you're my mentor, you're my coach. So we're working with the union of your masculine and feminine energy as well. There's just so much good stuff in it. I'll be sure to pop the link to the sales page below so you can check out all the amazing things that we're going through during the six weeks together. And we have so many bonuses, literally just like more and more bonuses just coming through for me to share with you. So I added them all. It's a ridiculous value for right now. Early bird is $888, and if you want a payment plan, it's $355 for 3 months. So if that is resonating with you, I'll put the link in so you can check out more. If you have any questions at all about it, please feel free to PM me or put it in the comments, and I will be happy to answer it or see if this is the best fit for you and connect with you or any questions you have about it. So sending you so much love and light and amazing healing energy. And hello to Catherine and Dawn, who stayed on basically the whole time. I love you both so much. It's showing me that there's more people, but those are the only 2 names that I can see. So sending you guys so much love.